Thiago Silva commits his future to Chelsea as Lukaku to apologize to his fellow players at Chelsea for his interview in there, to see to it that he really gets back into the squad, though he was seen training in there for you. But Fabrizio Romano really has a very big breakdown on the Lukaku situation in there. Welcome to Rokani Football Podcast. Today we go straight into London, that is Stamford Bridge, into the Blues, and they call themselves the Pride of London. Arsenal fans also call themselves the Pride of London. Chelsea too call themselves the Pride of London. So guys, I'm asking myself, who is the realist Pride of London? Because if you talk about the Pride comes with success and how much you really represent London. Who has represented London better? Chelsea won the Champions League last year. You get? They're the defending champions of the Champions League. When did Arsenal last win a trophy? I think they won an FA Cup and Community Shield in there for you. You get? So that is the Pride of London battle in there between Chelsea and Arsenal. But today, we are not in here for who is the Pride of London, but we are here to bring you the news from the Chelsea camp in there, which goes by names of the Blues or the Blues in there at Stamford Bridge. Now, we all know that there's been a ruckus at Chelsea in there, and very many things were not really going in well with Chelsea in there for you. But things started up to change at Chelsea in there, and they look like they are really into a very good mode of really settling up things altogether, because they really looked like they were into a very, very, very bad situation, because having three of your defenders, most that you always play almost game in, game out, when they are running out of contract in the summer, that is the worst situation that you wouldn't like your club to be in. Yeah, that's it. No club wouldn't like to be in a situation where their best player, defenders that really come on through and do the needful, are running out of contract in the summer in there. And Thiago Silva was one of those, and he really was in a level of really leaving a team which goes by names of Chelsea in there for you. And it's no doubt, because this has become a norm in very many football players all over the world. What are they doing? This is what they are doing. What they do, they see like they're really going to end their contract in the summer. Like January has come, 6 months or 5 months with the summer. This is what players do. They fail to commit themselves or their future to the club, and they wait until the contract runs out. And when it runs out, they go out on free. Remember, when a player goes out for free, he is subjected to a very high sign-on fee, like £20 million, and a very huge salary of like 300,000 pounds a week in there for you. Who has done this? Ander Herrera. Though for Ander Herrera, it wasn't his case, because he told United, if I'm to stay, I want 200,000 pounds a week, and it wasn't given to him. He left. But the clear example is that Memphis Depay, who said, I'm not signing a new contract with is it Monaco? Was he playing for Monaco or Lille, any of those teams in there? No, it was Lyon. He was playing for Lyon, and then he went for free in Barcelona. Donnarumma did the same. Jorginho Wijnaldum did the same, and very many other players did the same. They didn't want to sign with their club such that they make loads and loads of money in there for you. So Thiago Silva was one of those three players at Chelsea who are in this situation, one of them being Rudiger, and he was coming out indicating that Rudiger has three teams have really contacted Rudiger. That is Bayern Munich, there is Real Madrid, and Inter Milan. Those three teams have really come out and shown Rudiger that they really want to get a pre-contract with him in January, such that he commits his future to them after the summer. You get? So that is what is happening at Chelsea. The other player is Christensen in there for you. So look at the back three of Chelsea, and all of it, they are into a level of not coming through and committing themselves to the team in there. But it's good news to see to it that Thiago Silva, one of the three, has now come out and totally committed himself to the club, which goes by names of Chelsea for another year. Remember, he came in at Chelsea in the era of Frank Lampard. That was in 2019. That season of 2019, Lampard coached up to 2021 when he was sacked, and a manager who goes by the name Thomas Tuchel took over in January. That is Frank Lampard in there for you. But Thiago Silva has played for Chelsea 2019. I think he came in 2019. Yeah, 2020. I think this is his third year at Chelsea, and it feels like he's ready to be here, and he's happy at Chelsea because he has won them a Champions League, and it was one of the accolades that we are missing into Thiago Silva's cupboard there for you. At AC Milan, I don't remember at AC Milan Thiago Silva winning it. At PSG, he never won a Champions League, and when he came in at Chelsea, he won it under Thomas Tuchel, his former manager. And Thomas Tuchel is the darling to Thiago Silva because he was his captain way back at AC Milan when he was at PSG when Thomas Tuchel was coaching a team which goes by the names of PSG in there, though Thomas Tuchel was sacked after losing a final to Bayern Munich in 2020 in there for you. So that is Thiago Silva in there for you, committing his future to a team which goes by names of Chelsea. He has extended his contract in there for you, and I really want to get you the quotes that he really said in there for you. Chelsea director Marina Grovoskaya said Thiago Silva's experience, leadership and performances have been and remain very important to the squad, so we are hugely pleased to extend his contract by another year. We look forward to his continued influence as we seek honors this season and next. The more of the qualities that have led him having such a very big impact on us and on the pitch. After putting pen to paper, Thiago Silva added, to play here with Chelsea is a real pleasure. I never thought I would play for 3 years here in this great club, so I'm very happy to stay for another season. I would also like to say thanks to my family, the club, Marina, and to Abramovich for this opportunity. I will continue to give everything for this club and for the supporters who have always been my side since I arrived. It's amazing to have this relationship with the fans, and not only that, but the players, staff, and the whole club. I'm going to give everything to keep playing at this level in the most important league in the world in there. That is Thiago Silva in there for you, coming out and really appreciating the team which goes by names of Chelsea, its owner who goes by the names of Abramovich, and the sporting director, is it the technical director, who goes by names of Marina in there for you, who is really running day-to-day jobs in there at Chelsea in the absentia of a man who goes by names of Abramovich because he was really denied a visa to return to London in there for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on Daily. Now we go to the big ruckus at Chelsea. It's between Lukaku and Thomas Tuchel. Lukaku coming out and saying that he really fancies to play for Inter Milan or Chelsea. He has kissed every badge, but the best badge that tests better is that of Inter Milan in there. An interview was done with Sky Italy a month back, released now, and it has caused the entire havoc in Chelsea. And he was benched, not even benched, he was not into the squad. He was omitted out of the squad that was meant to play in the game of a team which goes by names of Liverpool. And I really felt like if at all Lukaku was present into that game, Liverpool would have lost because they were bossed around left, right and center by the Chelsea people in there, and I think Lukaku would have caused more turmoil to Virgil van Dijk and his partner of the day, Konate, in there, the new signee in there. So I really feel like it's not something that most of you really think that is okay in there. But Thomas Tuchel has really come out and shown his experience as a manager and how to really come up and do the needful and really put the house in order. What has he done to put the house in order? He has told Lukaku. Remember, Thomas Tuchel came out and said that they are really going to meet with Lukaku on Monday. And they met on Monday, and he told him, you have to apologize to these players. You get? And that's what Lukaku did. He went and apologized to his players, and he trained very well with Chelsea. And these are what Fabrizio Romano came out and said yesterday. He said, he said, Fabrizio came out and said the following, that, I'm still looking for Fabrizio Romano in here. Let me look for Fabrizio, because he really has Fabrizio Romano on Lukaku, and this is what he had to say on Fabrizio Romano. He said, remember, Lukaku's words were, I miss Lautaro Martinez. I could die on the pitch for him since day one I met him. Lautaro coming here with me at Chelsea in the future. No, Lautaro, you can stay in Inter Milan. I'll be back there. That's what Lukaku laughed. Now, after meeting with Tuchel, this is what Romano came out and said. Remember, Lautaro, remember this man who goes by names of Fabrizio Romano is the fly on the wall. He said Chelsea's position is still very clear. Also, after today's meeting between Lukaku and Thomas Tuchel, Romelu Lukaku won't leave the club in January. No way for loan to. Tuchel will discuss his decision tomorrow. Lukaku was involved in today's training session. Something good definitely there for you. Then another, Lukaku worked very hard today in training. After his conversation with Thomas Tuchel, he hopes to come back versus Spurs after positive talk with the manager. Chelsea board told him they are backing Tuchel's position. There is no way for Lukaku to leave in January. He is staying. Being told, Lukaku explained to Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea board that he has no intention to leave the club in January. Anyway, Chelsea won't allow any discussion with any other clubs of a loan on permanent move. Romelu Lukaku also had a very good training yesterday. That's what is coming in from Chelsea as far as Romelu Lukaku is concerned in there for you. Now, this has just popped in. Lukaku apologized to the entire squad and he's back in the club, training very well. Before seeing him in training, what happened was he had to first apologize to his fellow players. That's what Thomas Tuchel called for first. And Lukaku went ahead to do that, and after doing that, he was welcomed back at Chelsea, and they are now back in harmony in there for you as Lukaku apologized to the entire squad and everything is back to normal at Chelsea. So what do you think about Lukaku apologizing and getting back to the Chelsea squad, and they are training together? And remember, tomorrow Chelsea is playing the Carabao Cup semi-final with Tottenham Hotspur, a side that is being coached by their former coach or former manager who goes by names of Conte. In there, Conte was at Chelsea. He won them the Premier League in there. I remember very well in there, though he was sacked later. Sarri came in, he was also sacked. Lampard came in, sacked again, and Thomas Tuchel is the current manager right about now. So what do you think about Lukaku faring into the game of Tottenham Hotspur? And I think it's going to start, because that's the only way for the coach to come out and say that, all right, we've buried the hatchet and everything is back to normal. Lukaku focus on playing for a team which goes by names of Chelsea and getting us results on the pitch that we wanted. You came back, scored 2 goals. You scored 1 against Aston Villa. You scored 1 against Brighton, though we drew in there. So come back and score those goals. Just give us goals, because that's what we bought you for. You are a record signing, please behave, and that is what is happening right now at Chelsea. I don't know what you guys think about the ongoing happening at Chelsea. Lukaku back in training, and he's expected to start into that game of Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea, the first round in there. Remember, the Carabao Cup is a 2-game tie. You host, Chelsea will host Tottenham, and Tottenham will host Chelsea in there for you. Then after, tell me what you think about Thiago Silva committing his future to Chelsea for yet another 1 more year in there, and his contract is expiring in 2023. At the age of 37, he looks to be fit, and I think the game of football is now changing. It means that now a player can play in top level football until the age of 40. Because if at 37, Thiago Silva is not injury prone, you get, and he's coming and plays as he's playing right about now, I think he has really changed this game in there. Ronaldo and Zlatan being some of those players that really come out and changed or revolutionized each and everything. The revolution has been brought by these 2 players. They are playing up to the age of 40. The player, remember, playing to the age of 45 was Costa Curta. He was a central defender playing alongside Maldini and Maldini, Costa Curta, Cannavaro, and Zambrotta. I think that back 4 of AC Milan had a total age of 230, because I think it was like 200 in there, because Maldini reached an extent when he was 40, Costa Curta was 40, Cannavaro was 40, and the youngest was Zambrotta. Was it Zambrotta? No, it was Cafu. I remember. It was Cafu in there for you, the Brazilian. He was also hinting 40 years. So close to 200 years back together into that central defense in Italy. But people used to say that that happens in Italy where the league is slow. But in the Premier League, when you look at players like Thiago Silva coming out and playing game in, game out, you get, at a high level at the age of 37, and they've given him another contract. He's going to be at Chelsea until he's 38 years old. Oh my, he can even reach 40 years in there while he's at Chelsea. Therefore, so your reactions to him committing his future to Chelsea are welcome to the comment section below. I remain Rokani David, aka RD. This is the Rokani Football Podcast. I sign out for now. I'm going to return with the predicted lineups of Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur in there for you, and more news coming in from the camp of Arsenal as they are really jetting into and closing in to a player who goes by names of Alexander Isak. It's out for now. See you later, mates. I stay Rokani David. Subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload into the daily. African Cover Studios is where broadcasting from. May the Almighty protect you and bless you abundantly as He has always done.